I wonder what time it is. Oh, God, no. You know what? No, I refuse. That's why today I'm only gonna listen to music. I mean, you can't get nostalgic over music, right? Oh, God, no! If you've listened to this tune and you don't know where it's from, get out. Leave. We don't want you here. But if you do know, then you know it's one of the many banger parts of a little game my dad and I like to call Wii Sports. Wait, what do you mean that's the actual title? No, I didn't know. I thought I was being original. Dang it! Wii Sports is how you would say a nice walk in the park on a nice spring day where the weather is not too hot but not too cold. It's just simply perfection. I mean, I can't even get mad at the fact that I'll be spending my nostalgia time playing Wii Sports. I mean, I haven't played it in so long, and honestly, I forgot what it feels like to use a Wiimote as a hockey stick. Yo, why'd it look like that? Yeah, so unlike most Wii games that came in this nice white tall case, Wii Sports comes in this little wallet of a game holder. I can understand why this is, though. It was a pack-in title for the Nintendo Wii. You know, the console that everybody had at one point because it had games like Super Swing Golf. I mean, just look at it. Who wouldn't want to play the game like that? You swing and you golf. That's all I know. But the odd case design for the game made it so not only would a lot of families just flat out lose the case, they would also lose the game. I would know this because I was the one in my family who lost the game, and has ever since grew into an emo phase that just doesn't work and should stop already. Hey, I like the emo phase.
Well, you liked Mario Party 10, so your opinions don't really matter too much.
Wait a minute, I don't like Mario Party 10.
But who cares about partying when we can be sporting right now, baby? Woo! Let's go! But first we must make a Mii. You see, Mii's were Nintendo's funny way of putting you, yes you right there, into the game. It was a fun inclusion at the time, and with channels like Check Out the Mii channel, you were able to find Mii's that other people created. That service is gone sadly, but that doesn't mean we can have our own fun. I grew up not being allowed to access the internet on my Wii, so you wanna know what I did instead? I made all the Mii's! And as you can see, I was not good at it. Hey, Mario. You've been looking like you've been taking too many shrooms, eh? This is the peak of comedy right here. It doesn't get any better than this. Honestly, going back to the Mii Maker was just right. Everything is accounted for, and that song that plays in the background is just mwah, so good. But we got our Mii, we named it correctly, and now let's do some real sporting.
Yo, this song's a bop.
When I have kids, I'm gonna force them to listen to this every night to go to sleep.
We are presented with 5 main options for sports activities, and I'm gonna talk about them one by one. First off is tennis, where we can select where we want to appear in court. You can actually select to play against yourself, which is fun because I will always win. But for now, I'll play against NPCs. Oh. Okay. Tennis is fun, but it's not really practical. My hits don't feel like they were motivated by the direction of my swing. It feels more like when I swing, I'm just complicatingly pressing a button. There's nothing wrong with that, but for a game which is to show the capability of the console's motion controls, you would think that the tennis racket would be more one-to-one. Then again, I was made to succeed in life, and I haven't moved an inch in that in almost 20 years. Next up is baseball. Now this one is fun. The bat is pretty one-to-one with the Wiimote, so it feels like the ball is heavily influenced by how I hit it. Hitting home runs is always a rush, and this game will cycle between Mii's stored on your Wii's console as a part of your team. Pitching is also fun, allowing you to pitch fast and even curveballs. The only thing that holds this game back is the fact that you can't control the people in the field. It's all automated, so there's some luck in this game that makes it feel a little bit less fun. But that doesn't mean it's not fun, it's more so that it could have been better. Like me in high school, where I peaked. Because that's when I bowled!
Don't you forget about me.
Bowling is the only sport that matters. I'm not being biased just because I was on the high school bowling team. Take that picture off! But easily this is the best sport in the game. I mean, it's a good reason why we have a lot of memes.
Nice call.
Throwing the ball behind you and scaring the bystanders still puts a smile on my face even to this day. While the motion controls aren't the best, it still works. You can hook the ball pretty good, although it's not consistent. This is easily the easiest to cheese in the sports, and really, That's what makes it fun. Racking up strike after strike after strike makes the game competitive as hell. And if you slip up once, you're gonna be getting oohed at, you know? You know, when you do something, it's just like, ooh. I feel like there's more I can say about this one, but there isn't. Unlike golfing! Look, I'm not a middle-aged dad. I don't see the appeal in golf, and oh my god, does it suck so hard on Wii Sports. Golf by nature is boring, which is funny because golf is essentially nature. Wii Sports really captures the confusing nature of golf, as the motion controls just don't work at all. You'll motion the Wiimote in one direction, and then it will just not move at all. It's even better when it goes in the wrong direction. I don't know how to make it work sometimes. I feel like I just have to do whatever to make it work. So yeah, this one sucks. The only thing that's really redeeming about this game is that the courses are from NES Open, which is a fun fact, but it isn't practical to my enjoyment. The last sport is boxing, and just man, is it really good. It's the only sport that uses the nunchuck, and it uses it well. The controllers act as your boxing gloves, and landing hits feels oh so satisfying. When I get hit, I feel like it's on my own accord because the movement and the dodging mechanic are pretty accurate. But yeah, that's Wii Sports. Except it's not, because there's this little thing called training mode, motherfucker! We're about to do a Rocky montage! The training in this game is just too much fun. To put it simply, it's just mini games within the sports that help you get better at it, and there are a ton here, so I'll just give general opinions. Tennis is bad. It's really hard to complete any of these because of that motion control thing that I stated earlier. Baseball is fun. You're just simply hitting home runs for most of these, and that's what's fun about it. You're hitting home runs. Bowling has the best option, which is 100-pin training. As you bowl, the pins will rack up higher and count, and you gotta try and knock all of them down. It's really satisfying when you play it. Golf is golf. There's really nothing more to it. You can practice your putting and you can hit a driver into a target, but that's about it. And lastly, boxing has you training with God himself. Who wouldn't want this? And that's it. That's Wii Sports. Honestly, a great way to open up a console, but damn, its age, not the greatest in my eyes. I mean, only 5 sports with a lot of them not even utilizing the motion controls right. I mean, if only they went further with the idea and made a new game. So Wii Sports was a hit. I loved it, moms loved it, grandmas loved it, dead people are just rolling in their grave from how much they loved it. So of course, with a hit popular game, there has to be this little thing called a sequel. Well, it took you long enough. Yes, Wii Sports Resort. This time the game went for a more tropical summer vacation time event. It was released towards the end of June, so really the theme makes sense. I mean, why go on a real vacation when you can just act like you did? Seeing as I loved Wii Sports as a kid, when I heard about the sequel, you know for a fact that I didn't buy it. No, I'm serious. I don't know why I never decided to take the leap into the tropical waters of Wii Sports 2, but to be fair, I only ever heard of this through a friend, not through any commercials or anything. But hey, I have it now, so let's play the game that's been in the back of my mind for 11 years now. Well, this vacation sucks. God, I love when the eBay listing says tested, and it turns out the game doesn't run on either the Wii U or the regular Wii. But don't worry, I've dealt with these before. You see, all you gotta do is... And now it works. The game opens up on a 3-minute demo telling you how to do something. I don't know, I really wasn't paying attention. I just want to play Wii Sports Resort! Oh, so this isn't candy. I hate it every time I do it. So yeah, Wii Sports Resort requires the use of this little tumor right here, the Wii Motion Plus. What does it do? It makes the Wiimote function correctly. It's basically a gyro sensor in the Wii Remote that can more accurately detect the Wiimote's rotation in 3D space. You might say to that, oh, it's just a gimmick, they won't use it for more than a few games, but little did you know that they built it into the Wii remotes later down the line, and if you were like me and didn't buy them, you're now stuck with Tumor City over here. Whatever, I'm rambling, alright, let's fucking play it.
We've reached our jump altitude of 13,000 feet. Prepare to jump. Okay, here we go.
The The game opens up with this little cool showcase of the Wii Motion Plus, where you can better control your character in the air as you skydive. It's a really good way to open up the game in my opinion, because it shows how different this game will be to the first one. You open the parachute and you are greeted with this.
Yo, this song's a bop! I know, right?
Nintendo's 2 for 2 on songs, but let's see how smooth the gameplay is. I don't want anything sticky now. Wow. Look at all these sports we can play now. This makes the original look like chump change, because instead of 5 sports, we now have 12. Oh, where do I even start? I'm a simple man. Out of all the things to be in a tropical resort, why bowling? I'm guessing it's because it was the most popular in Wii Sports, but here it doesn't fit.
Ah, finally, tropical paradise. I can do so many things. I can go swimming, I can go canoeing, I can go skydiving, but there's one thing I really want to do first.
40,000 miles to bowl, baby! This is basically the same as the first game, but with the Wii Motion Plus, you can hook the ball more easily and accurately, making it so you can't cheese it like the original. Other than that, it's the same old, same old. But now it's time for new sports, like swordplay. This is like the new boxing for this Wii Sports, because instead of fist, it's pointy objects.
Finally, some real fun.
And fun it is. I like whacking the shit out of this man Ryan. It's fun. I can take my anger out on him and pretend like he took my kid. Give me back Fonder! Yeah, I like this one. Waterboarding is next, and man, how I love torture that includes water. Oh wait, no, it's just doing jumps on a jet ski. This one is okay, but sometimes I feel like my landing should hit when it doesn't, but it's fine. It's cool. I won't kill the island resort staff just yet, but it's getting close. Frisbee, this one's only kind of ass. The motion is really accurate when it's in your hand, but goddamn does it just not fly in the right direction. There is this dog, however, and just like my dogs, this pup will catch anything that's in the air. It's priceless cute moments like this that make me want to adopt another dog.
What? What'd you think it was gonna cut to me having 2 dogs? Look, I know I'm the funniest man on the internet according to my mom, but not even I would stoop to that predictable of a level. How'd I get here? Who are you? Hello?
Archery. You see, now here we can choose our difficulty, and of course I gotta go with expert. It's Wii Sports. How intimidating could it be? So I'm gonna go with intermediate because God intended it that way. Archery is honestly really good, and the accuracy is unbelievably great. When I miss, I felt like it was more of my fault rather than the fault of the game. But why shoot arrows when you can shoot hoops? Basketball feels like it should have been in the original game, but alas, it's here now. All you gotta do is shoot shots into the hoops, and let's just say, I'm pretty good at this one.
I be balling.
Next up is table tennis, and just, oh my god. It's so much better than the actual tennis. Here, I feel like the way that I swing my little paddle will motivate the ball's movement, and the motion control is very accurate. The only thing I can't really pull off are the more hard-hitting shots. Next off is golf, and well, it's golf. The motion controls are better in this one, but they're too good because I can't slam the controller to get my bogeys. Power cruising, this one f***ing sucks. The turning doesn't work at all, and when I try to boost sometimes, it just doesn't work. Ultimately, this sport felt like it was rushed.
I mean, so far, all of these games really haven't been so bad. I would even go as far as to say that this game is much better than the original. I just hope they don't throw something in here like canoeing. I mean, that would really ruin my day.
This feels really close to how a real canoe would work, and that's scary because the level of control here is close to none. Kinda like real canoeing. Biking is on a different level. While it would have been hard to emulate pedals on a bike, I think the control scheme here gives you the proper workout you get on an actual bike.
Stop making me do this!
However, my main focus was more on the scenery for the game, as Woo Island has got to be the most in-depth location for any Wii game, and it cannot be shown more than Flyover Resort. Here, you're literally just in a plane exploring the island. You can pick up landmarks and learn more about the island's history, and even see bystanders exploring the island itself. The control on the plane is also really fun and really accurate, and oh my god, we're gonna crash!
And that was everything in Wii Sports Resort. Except it isn't, because they put extra shit
in this bitch, woo! Some sports have extra modes you can unlock by playing them. Swordplay allows you to cut stuff in half in competition, which is always fun. However, the second option, you can choose to go on an adventure, slaughtering everybody who stands in your way. Frisbee, you can do Frisbee golf, and while I like it a bit more than normal golf, it's still hard to get the Frisbee in the right direction. Basketball allows you to play an actual 3-on-3 game, and it's alright. It's super simplified, but it works. In bowling, you can play 100-pin games, meaning instead of knocking down 10 pins, it's 100, and I like this a lot. It was a popular mode in the original, and the multiplayer here is more smooth. You can also do the hooking challenge, which is neat. Last, you got skydiving, which is just the same as the opening to the game. It's still fun though. And now that's actually Wii Sports Resort, and man, what a difference it is. I mean, when I was 5 playing the original game on Christmas, I didn't think it could get any better than that. But meanwhile, here, there's a game that proves that it can get better. I think I like Resort a little bit more than Wii Sports. The variety in sports is plentiful, and honestly, more high in energy. I can see myself playing this with friends and not really getting bored even once. Not only are the sports great, but Woohoo Island is a great location. I like learning about it just as much as I like participating in these sports. While there might not be a training mode, I think the quality and quantity of these new sports make up for it. And who knows, with the Wii U being a thing that existed, they probably made even more Wii Sports games and probably did more themes like winter and autumn, including sports like football, skiing, sledding, hockey, and even street hockey. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Why stop at 12 sports? Go on the highest number you can to make the ultimate Wii Sports experience you can. At least that's what you would think Nintendo would do. Look, the Wii U was a failure on all accounts. While I like the console, I can see where a lot went wrong. Just call it the Wii 2 and stop confusing people! God! But they could have honestly done something big. They could have made the biggest Wii Sports title for the console as a hit seller for the system, adding in sports that were heavily requested and showed what the Wii U gamepad could really do for gameplay. Now, that didn't happen, but that doesn't mean the IP was abandoned. Where do I even start with you? Let's start with the fact that the game wasn't even a physical release when it first released. It was a digital-only subscription-based game that you had to pay monthly to access. I'm gonna let that sit in before I yell and scream like the little baby man I am. Okay, cool. Why would you make it subscription-based? What kind of Gatorade were they drinking at Nintendo? The one without electrolytes? Huh? Excuse me? You think this was okay? Not a single person would ever want to pay monthly to play any kind of Wii Sports because it's not the end-all be-all of video games. Making a monthly fee to pay for a game is like making it so I can't brush my teeth without first chugging a jug of orange juice. It's just disgusting. All it does is scare people away from ever coming close to your game because why would they ever pay more than just 1 month? I get it's like a club gimmick, but seeing as this was the only Wii Sports on the Wii U, setting it up like this was making it destined to fail. And for the people who did pay the subscription fee, they just got a slap in the face because it was released physically anyway. Do these sports look familiar to you? Yeah, the front of the box has the audacity to wear that as a badge. 5 sports in 1, huh? Yeah, your older brother's kicking your ass if you think that makes you tough. Like, seriously, what was going through their heads over there? It's not like there was any real demand for a new Wii Sports game, but nothing, and I mean nothing, was better than releasing this. I mean, for all the ideas Wii Sports had and still have, I'm shocked that they went down this route to make an exclusive Rich Club theme and actually go too far with it. But it, I have the game now, so might as well play it. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Yeah, this one isn't that much of a bop. It's just the original theme in a techno remix, and while that would be okay if it sounded good, it doesn't. It just basically adds up to this just being okay, and for a series that opens up with a bop every time, that doesn't speak well for this game. There's also a lot of setup to go through before you start, like Miiverse. This game really knows how to make you depressed, huh? So we have our 5 sports: tennis, bowling, baseball, golf, and boxing. Sound familiar? Yeah, essentially this is an HD remake of Wii Sports Original. And I could get down with that idea, I really could, except we could already play Wii Sports on the Wii U. I hate the idea of this. They really expected people to pay a subscription to play Wii Sports, just normal Wii Sports in HD. That's terrible! While I've griped on 3D All-Stars before, it makes more sense for that to exist. You can't play those games on the Switch. With this, it's like, hey, do you want the same game but with less personality? Like, what? That's what this feels like at first glance, but ultimately, it really kind of isn't. Each sport now has the ability to utilize the Wii Motion butt plug for more accuracy with the motion control, and for the most part, it's a hit and miss. For tennis, I like it a lot. Being able to better dictate my hits makes this much more competitive, but actually swinging the racket still feels like a button press. It makes playing it a bit harder too, because you can actually just slightly miss the ball if you're not careful. However, I can't play with Matt, only Olga. What the f is Ogla? For baseball, it's much worse. The accuracy kills the fun in this game because it's just too accurate. You can flat out miss the ball if you don't hit it at the right angle, and it's very hard to hit the ball. But one place where this sport was improved was with pitching. Where in the original Wii Sports, you had to pretend to throw the ball by swinging the Wiimote, here you actually get to utilize the Wii U's gamepad. And to put it simply, it's great. You can actually aim well and choose throwing options, and at some points you can catch the ball now, and this is what I wanted in the original Wii Sports. It puts more control in the player's hands, and when you're playing with friends, the competition is more tight now. Golf has also seen a motion improvement, and the game also uses the gamepad. You place it on your floor and pray to the Nintendo gods that your pets don't step on it. You can see the ball in the gamepad screen and how your club will line up with it, and even what angle you might hit the ball at. This is honestly great. The accuracy is just amazing, but the courses suck! They're so bland and boring. It's like the tofu of golfing, which is ironic because golfing was already bland and boring. Take that, all you suburban dads who dress up in polos and go golfing every Sunday morning.
Don't you do that though?
What? No, that's not for golfing, that's for rollerblading.
You rollerblade?
No, I beat people up who rollerblade, so don't be sneaking rollerblades into my house, boy! Luckily, you can play both classic and resort courses, so hope isn't all lost in 2021. Boxing is kind of interesting. Instead of using a nunchuck, you use 2 Wiimotes for each hand, and I gotta say, I kinda like that concept. Except for the fact that I didn't have 2 Wiimotes at the time of recording this, so I only had to use 1. It really sucked with 1. Boxing with 1 hand is like trying to convince the Pope that God isn't real. It's doable, but you probably shouldn't be doing it because they'll make a man question his existence. And then bowling, well, it's the same. It's actually quite hard. Harder than resort, actually. Hooking the ball is hard to find the sweet spot with, and I feel like I can just never throw a straight shot. And those are all the sports. No, seriously, there's nothing more you unlock, and you'd think there would be. However, there is more we can do, because there's training! Hell yeah! Start up the montage again! Dang it. Training is all new, and, well, it's okay. To put it simply, tennis is hard, bowling is just practicing hooking, baseball has you practicing hitting the ball or pitching it, golf gets wacky and is honestly my favorite. I mean, I can play bingo with golf! Who wouldn't want that luxury? Boxing also has some good ones, but the one controller setup really makes it so some of these are difficult. The training here doesn't feel as good as the original in my opinion. Where in the first game, it felt like a mode that took itself less seriously, here it feels like they tried too hard to really make most of them help you. That's kind of ironic because a lot of these didn't really make me feel like I was being helped. I didn't feel like that if I played these, I'd be better at the game. The only other mode is online mode, and unless you have friends, you're not playing it. Basically, what it boils down to is that they tried to do a bit of selling out with this one, and while I don't hate its existence, I mean, I did have fun with it while I played it, I'm still just disappointed that this was the outcome for an HD Wii Sports experience. Like, why? Out of all the possibilities, you go with the easiest bare-bone idea and try to charge more for it when you could have just continued with the season theme. It's honestly sad because I would have never recommended this game over the original, and while some things are different, those differences don't warrant a whole new game to be made. I can see this being an extra mode in a game, but not the full package. It's not just the gameplay that disappoints me either, it's the presentation. The original game is fun and feels sort of futuristic with the music and the look. With Club, it feels so stripped of personality. The colors are so desaturated and the narration is not that exciting ever. This was not a good look for the series, and it's just so upsetting that for a game that was so close to perfect, it just had to be mutilated like this. I realize that for a lot of people, it might not be that deep. Some might even prefer Club if they've played it, but for me, it's just getting lazy. And getting lazy with Wii Sports is the closest thing to a sin. And here is the big reason why. was more than just a game to me. It was an experience that left me feeling like I was fitting in for the first time ever. I was playing this game with people who never once touched a video game before, and you know how that made me feel? It made me feel like not the weird one, not the odd one out. And that's a feeling I haven't gotten in the longest time. At least, not until recently. I've started making videos because I felt like I had a lot of things to say about my favorite games, and I've done nothing but loved making these videos. And from my time working on them and from my time spending late nights staying up, editing, I can truly say that I'm proud of myself. I've met people here that I wouldn't have met anywhere else, and I'm glad I can call them my friends. And it's all thanks to this right here, the thing that you are watching. And all I can say to you is thank you for watching, because who knows where I'd be if you weren't. Oh shoot, I forgot to do the funny moment!